sign of the giant, out of sight, out of mind. The blind leading the blind, leading the blind. The sign of the giant, out of sight, out of mind. The blind leading the...
Oh, you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back right here on YouTube. It's the Value of Wrestling. It's the weekly roundup, episode 69 for this January 12th, 2025. Here we are. 1+ year in the making altogether. Now, you know me, I'm the big champ, along with the Uno Supremo, Mr. Z, the one and only. And, yeah, he had a fun weekend. He got to watch two, I'll tell you, two terrible wrestling shows this weekend, we kind of count Fridays in this weekend. And the reason we did do a Smackdown review, because it was bad. It was bad. It was just like, oh, God, it was hard to even stay awake for most of what was going on. It was just long. It was painstaking. It didn't go anywhere. And then, of course, Mr. Z got to get into the fun of what should have been a great show, but I guess New Japan Pro Wrestling watched SmackDown and said, hold on, hold my beer, and brought us Battle in the Valley 2025 to become the biggest disappointment since AEW did anything.
And I thought I was watching AEW because there was AEW talent on this roster.
On this show, yeah. Did Tony Khan book the Battle in the Valley this year?
He must have, because, I've never seen Zack Sabre Jr. in a boring match, and good gosh, it was boring. So, yeah, that's how I felt.
I heard it was pretty bad. I guess you'll give the folks more details on your podcast this Wednesday when it comes to the Rebound podcast, where you talk about everything Japanese wrestling. You'll break down the fallout of the massacre, the tear fest they call New Japan Battle in the Valley 2025. What's up, Final Chapter? Welcome to the house. Thank you for being with us, Bishop.
What is up? What is up, dude? Yeah, no, it wasn't. What better way to say it than there was a massive amount of tickets still available for this show to begin with. And then when you're watching the show, you can clearly see that they did not pack the house as they normally do for Battle in the Valley. So it was pretty dismal.
I heard there was better wrestling in the Bay Area elsewhere, where one Daniel Garcia was, and Aaron Solo. I heard through the grapevines that there was better wrestling at that show than what was going on at Battle in the Valley in San Jose or New Japan.
Yes, from what I've seen, it was way better.
Yes,
that is true.
Well, yeah. SmackDown was just I don't know what happened, why they just kind of melted in, half tried it. It was just, I couldn't even come on here and really do anything with it. There wasn't anything there to talk about. It was very repetitive. We need something fresh. We need it spicy. If it's going to be 3 hours, they got to deliver. And I think coming off of all the action we saw on Monday Night Raw, the first episode of Netflix, you really needed to have the same or similar or better game for SmackDown, and they just didn't bring it. Yes, West Coast was crazy this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. West Coast wrestling out there, probably dominating the Bay Area. If you weren't at West Coast Pro, I don't know where you were. Probably a whole lot better than Battle in the Valley, which I'm sure somebody's happy they didn't buy tickets to this year.
No, when your kids go on there and say, you know what, I'm glad we didn't go, Dad. That's saying something. That's saying something.
No, it is. Anyways, it's this weekly roundup in wrestling. We're gonna quickly touch on the basis that we're gonna send out all of our thoughts and prayers to the people that have been affected by the tragedy in Southern California, in the LA area. The people who are still being affected by these crazy wildfires that are still going. Some of them more contained than others. Some of them still raging, and the winds and the storms are about to pick up again. So it's not really going to get better for the firefighters, first responders down there. We give our thoughts and prayers to all the first responders down in LA who are doing their best. All the firefighters who are helping from all over the place, coming in to help battle these insane fires. And everybody up there, everybody down there that's been affected, that's lost their homes, that has been their lives have been turned upside down, lost everything due to these tragedies. Our prayers and thoughts are with them. But there was a report for a while where people were looking for former WWE diva Melina. Melina Perez was supposedly being called out, but it does look like she was found and that she is okay. They have made contact with her and she is safe. So good to hear that Melina Perez is okay. Also, Anthony Bowens was affected by these fires. Part of the Scissor family, part of the Acclaimed. But he is okay. But yeah, Melina is okay. And everything is good. She thanks everybody for looking for her, for worrying about her. And she's glad that people are still concerned about her, but glad to see that Melina is okay after all these tragic fires.
Yes. Yes, no, these fires are no joke, and speaking from experience of being a part of a support for some of these fires that have happened in the Southern California area, these are no joke. They are extremely unpredictable, and with the right amount of wind, they tear through.
Yes. Also, big breaking news this week: Alister Black, or Malakai Black, excuse me. It looks like he is done with AEW, on his way out, or is out the door. Recently wrestled in Florida over the weekend, but as all things seem to be pointing, is that he is done with AEW, on his way out. Lots of news and rumors that he'll be heading to WWE real soon. Won't be surprised to see Alister Black back in WWE. It should be something special. Can't wait to see what's going to happen if that all comes together.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, why not go back to a spot where you were presented as a big deal and properly shown to the best of your ability? I mean, look at the names that have already came back or have debuted.
Yes.
Do you really blame them? And with the way that I've seen some of these crowds have looked at AEW shows recently, it's like how many more wrestlers are going to have to leave before it makes the person in charge realize, crap, I need to get somebody that knows what they're doing.
It's going to be wait and see how that all comes together, but it looks like Alister Black headed back to WWE, or Malakai Black going back to be Alister Black. It's all wait and see. We'll be excited to see how that all comes together, but should be lots of fun if he returns to the E and we get Alister Black back.
Yeah.
No puns intended in all of that.
Oh, real quick. Big time. I have something fun for you to laugh about or whatever. But I actually read through a thing and made a comment about one Flop Dollar.
Ah.
And apparently everyone thinks he's a big deal. They think he's the man. They think he's better than everything. Best things sliced bread. Like, apparently me and you need to choke on words, I guess.
We will have to wait and see what that all says. I'm not going to get too much in depth with I can't dive over a top rope. No dive. No dive. But hey, each their own.
Yes.
Jeff Hardy is in TNA, and it looks like his own daughter has made him a new faceplate for the mask, as he is getting ready to reveal Willow in TNA, and there's a lot of talk and rumors speculating around, and with Jeff Hardy talking about reinventing Willow and bringing Willow back out one more time in TNA, even though he does feel that the WWE will be calling for a Hall of Fame moment for the Hardys eventually someday. But right now, it looks like we may get Willow back in TNA.
Well, that'll be interesting. I mean, why not? Were the place where that thrived, where Willow and Broken Matt Hardy thrived immensely, making a big deal over there with that. Why not? Why not go? Why not give the fans one more ride through that before you guys ride off into the sunset?
Well, news coming out of Busted Open Radio with Mark Henry over the last few days. Mark Henry taking to the airwaves, talking about before he left WWE, he was a big advocate for the one and only Jacob Fatu, saying he was an incredible talent but had to acknowledge his personal issues at the time, making him a risky choice. Henry described Fatu as a tough and intense competitor with a unique presence. Of course, Henry would eventually leave WWE and join AEW, and with his time in AEW, he continued to advocate and encourage the company to consider bringing in Jacob Fatu. However, they never signed him, and reflecting on the situation, Henry said that the timing and circumstances played a role in how things turned out. He said this, I begged before I left the WWE, you got to bring him in, but he was in so much trouble, he was a liability. Jacob Fatu is real. He will punch you in the face and talk about your mama at the same time. That's a bad dude. And then I got to AEW, guys, whatever you do, you got to bring in Jacob Fatu in here. That didn't happen. Everything happened for a reason. And now Jacob Fatu, a huge part of WWE now and forever. I am sure Jacob Fatu will find his place in his things, but I'm sure Tony Khan is kicking himself in the butt once again, not listening to somebody who was telling him there's a major star on the independent scenes, and why wouldn't Tony Khan have brought him in for some shows? Maybe not a full-time contract, but at least get him showcased on AEW, sealed him up or something. Tony Khan is going to have to bite the bullet on the mess of Jacob Fatu.
Well, I mean, not only that, I mean, Jacob Fatu, we love Jacob, obviously. There's no questioning and no doubting that. But the man, he really is. He is as real as it gets. There is, yes, folks, you've seen videos of him checking fans who decided to try to cross a certain line. He don't play, and that's, I mean, yeah, it could it be a liability to some people? Yes, but if you know how to present that in a way where it can draw you money, that man's going to bring in a lot of it.
Yes, very much, very true. Very true. Odyssey Jones. We haven't talked about Odyssey Jones in quite a while since his disappearance from the WWE. He was aligned with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods before the New Day turned heel. Was supposedly going to be the new Big E of the group. That this storyline that they currently have going on was backed all the way back then. This was the actual idea that Odyssey Jones would step into that place of carrying the Big E position, and he spoke out about the allegations recently, explaining that due to legal issues and legal circumstances, it took him a while to get here. And he went on to say, "Good morning. My name is Omari Palmer, aka Odyssey Jones, and first and foremost, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christ, Lord, for giving me the strength to get through these difficult times. As always, all glory to God. I'm making this video to address the false allegations. These false claims are coming from a party that you engage with, and I apologize for taking so long for addressing these false claims, but I had to patiently wait to get my injunction set in place to protect my family, my friends, and myself." He thanked WWE for the opportunity. He thanked them so much for bringing him up. They thanked management for the creative and the positive positions they put him in. We know Odyssey Jones went down after allegations of domestic abuse. These claims seeming to be coming from somebody that he may have been involved with in some form, fashion, maybe not a relationship, but there are false claims. Continue to always be false claims. Good to finally see him. Hopefully things will get worked out, and hopefully we'll get to see him back in WWE.
Well, yeah, definitely. Like, I hope everything gets cleared up and he gets to clear his name. when he was brought on to be the potential Big E of the New Day, it seemed like it was going to work. I mean, I was just waiting to see where it was going to lead to, and this happened. So, I mean, hopefully everything goes right in his favor and he's able to continue on with his career.
Somebody else making a lot of news is WWE Hall of Famer Scott Steiner all over the place, making a lot of rumors, news this week as he spoke out about dropping his grudge with WWE after years of animosity and saying that wrestlers today are a bunch of spot monkeys and they lack realism. I guess he's watching a lot of AEW. But one of the biggest things coming out of the Scott Steiner side of things is that Scott Steiner's son, Brock Steiner, is already turning heads in the sports world, and now a wrestling career might be in his future as he has signed or has been offered an NIL deal. I do not believe he has signed that NIL deal, but he has been offered a WWE NIL deal. So could we see another Brock in wrestling, another Steiner in wrestling? Could Braun Breaker be in trouble, or is Braun Breaker getting a helping hand in the world of professional wrestling, as a Brock Steiner could be joining the ranks of WWE very soon? Will he be able to make the same impression as his cousin?
Oh, man. That's actually pretty interesting. And, I mean, honestly, if they're not really doing what they can, getting to the full potential of a Braun Breaker, a tag partner might do him solid. You never know.
Yes, you never know what could possibly happen. It should be very interesting what we're going to get, how it's all going to come together, but it should be some fun stuff coming up. So we're just going to have to wait and see how it goes in the future with the Steiner family. Lots of great stuff coming out of there. So it looks like there is finally pictures that the man is alive. The man that Mr. Z is definitely afraid of running into, but Mrs. Z would be happy to find. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we know that finally now with pictures, he's showing off a new grizzled look. Much bigger beard on it as he's injured. And Eddie Kingston, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Kingston has been on the shelf since suffering an injury at New Japan Pro Wrestling's Resurgence. He's been on the road to recovery for a long time now. Kingston was recently spotted undergoing intense physical therapy while also sporting a full beard. Several pictures were uploaded to Instagram of Kingston. He remains absent from AEW television. But yeah, Kingston in some of these great pictures, definitely looking like a different type of beast here. Can't wait to see Eddie Kingston get back in the ring. Of course, Mr. Z, maybe not so much, just as long as it's not the same ring as him. Maybe we need to reach out to Eddie Kingston, somebody, maybe a Big Ugly, maybe SPW, the people behind the board of directors at SPW. Maybe one of these groups needs to bring in Eddie Kingston for one show, for one night, when he is ready to start really getting back in the ring and rehabilitating. It'd be nice to see him make a little tour of some of the local areas. I'm sure we got people who know people who can make those phone calls. Who knows? Eddie Kingston.
Oh, yeah. I'm not doubting that, because yes, folks, if you're not aware, California independent wrestling brings in everybody. I mean, we've just seen West Coast brought in Daniel Garcia, Aaron Solo. I mean, by all means, if they want to bring him in, bring him in. I should be afraid for my life, because my chest will never be the same.
Yes. No, it should be a fun time. Who knows what'll happen in the future? Could be some great stuff. Never know when, where, or why any of that's going to go down. And of course, speaking of independent wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 week away from SPW Loyalty. We are getting ready for it all to come together. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, SPW Loyalty takes place next Saturday, January 19th, 2025, when SPW kicks off the next Sunday. Next Sunday.
Yes. You said Saturday.
Okay.
Go back and watch the tape.
Next Sunday, January 19th, SPW World Soccer Indoor World. Why is it so many words? The Soccer World Indoor Arena at Elk Grove, California, or what we call the SPW Arena, is going to be the hottest place in town this Sunday, January 19th, when the party blows off the roof and SPW brings you loyalty with some of the best matches you're going to see to start this year off with. It's going to be an amazing time. We've ran up and down this card many more times, and we're probably going to talk about it one more time this Thursday when we bring in the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast. Hopefully somebody will join us to help promote this show and go over all the details. But I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the Flying Lion Marcus Lewis will take on Chris Wilde, Guapo Lupe, and Scoot Robertson going at it for round 2. Daniel Torchy, is going to take on Golden Star and defend that SPW Extreme title. Mighty Myra and Manny going to go at it one-on-one in the center of an SPW ring. And, of course, Timothy Thatcher and WWE ID, Jordan Oasis, going to take down the roof on the building. And then you can't forget the amazing 8-man tag with the appeal of Nathan Brick, Jason Xavier, Jack Tracy, and the Obsidian Adonis, the Dark Fox himself, Illumide, will take on the Metal Mechanic Bobby Callahan and his newfound friends in the Pujambi Lion, Chima, and the all-day crew of Aiden Andrew and Bryce Kuza about to rock it like it's going out of style. 2025 kicking off with a bang, and I'm sure there's going to be some more matches on that card that haven't been announced. So get ready for next Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, when SPW brings you loyalty, kicking off 2025 to be the hottest year in SPW history, building the pathway, laying the groundwork for what is going to be one of the best, or if not the best show of all times, the greatest show of all times when SPW comes to you April 27th with SPW's One Supreme Night with their 25th anniversary show. Ladies and gentlemen, 25 years of independent wrestling, 25 years of SPW. It is the night you want to make sure you're booking your tickets for. The weekend before, you can go to Las Vegas, enjoy WrestleMania and all the great action down there. But the very next weekend, you need to be right back here in Elk Grove for SPW's biggest show of 2025, a biggest show of all time when they bring their 25th anniversary show, SPW One Supreme Night.
Now, like I said, I'm going to ask one right now, and we're going to treat this we are treating this with like it is the WrestleMania for SPW. We do need to dress. We got to look dapper ourselves that night, my friend.
Yes.
We have to look dapper ourselves that night.
We need to.
Because I'm excited. Everybody's excited for it. A lot of people want that one supreme moment, that main event, that night under the bright lights. But we all know right now, one person holds that title. I'm just excited to see who's going to step up to that challenge.
Will he be holding that title when it comes to One Supreme Night? We've got 3 months. We've got 3 months of action. Plenty of opportunities that he may get that belt taken from him. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But he proclaims himself to be the One Supreme Night, the One Supreme. I don't know how the Uno Supremo feels about that another man is calling themselves the One Supreme, and not a pizza, but the Dark Fox telling us that, the Obsidian Adonis, Illumide, saying he is the man. He will be the man of the hour, the man of the night, the man with all the gold, the man with the power. You're going to have to step in the ring with him and take him down to proclaim yourself the One Supreme. Because One Supreme Night is his night, and all roads lead through him. I'm sure there's a good chance he's going to carry that title all the way to One Supreme Night, but you never know what could happen.
Well, right now the appeal are at the top of the food chain.
No, the appeal
right now they are the top of the food chain.
The appeal right now are dominating SPW, carrying all the gold that glitters. That they can, and it's so far even their theme song is being used by one of the tax people. It's always weird to start watching a commercial and you hear their theme song, you're like, wait, it's for taxes. Anyway, people know that you should know that the appeal are the people. I mean, to talk about there, it's a lot of fun, but Loyalty is going to be a great show. Lots of great matches on that. Can't wait to see what comes out through the rest of the year as we build to the pathway to One Supreme Night on April 27th, the 25th anniversary show of SPW. There's some new stuff coming up. There's going to be some shakeups, some changes, some opportunities are being laid out that we never knew was going to happen. Who knows what roles, what positions, what things will be going on One Supreme Night. All I can tell you is that we will be there, just as like we'll be at Loyalty, and we'll be there on February 16th, and we'll be there on what I believe is March 17th. I believe I got to look. No, it's the 16th, and it'll be one day. So it's February 16th and March 16th, one day before before St. Patty's Day in March. But we're going to be there for all those shows. We're going to be there. We're going to be there, hopefully, on February 15th for Stockton Con, where Joe Hendry is going to show up. And whether you want to call him the five-time, whether it's a Booker T or King of Booker, both going to be at Stockton Con this year. Stockton Con Winter 2025 taking place. February 7th, Hood Slam. We got to reach out to the boys of Stoner U and clarify that. But it looks like on February 7th, we're headed over to the Bay Area. We're going to be in Oakland for Hood Slam, for the life-changing experience that it just might be for everybody involved. And a choppy in stereo. You asked for it, you called them out, and now they're coming to tell you you need to collect your debt. Of course, we got March 22nd. You have Rebel Warriors Championship Wrestling going down in Lodi, California. Good to be back with them, and we'll be there live. And January 25th, not this Saturday, but the Saturday following this Sunday, which is after Loyalty, the very next Saturday, we're going to be headed back up to Sacramento, the Ugly Dojo Stomping Grounds, the Ugly Dojo Matinee Mayhem. What a fun time. What a great show. We do have to reach out and get with Big Ugly to see if we can't redo some things so we can get some better camera work at the show, so we can get a little closer with the cameras, so we can get to action a little better than it was this last time, because I think it was a great show. Would have been fun, but we need to get the cameras up closer when you're all the way in the back and you just can't zoom in the way we want to. It's just not the same.
No, and then well, like I said, with that coming up, why not, make it a morning trip, folks. Go get your pancakes and then settle your stomach and enjoy some wrestling.
Yeah, I think we're going to go early in the morning. We'll join everybody at the Pancake Circus there. We'll enjoy and check out what fun it is before we go over there and enjoy that show on January 25th. So not this Saturday, but the Saturday following, which is the Saturday after the Sunday for SPW Loyalty. And then from there, it's February 7th, Hood Slam. March 1st, we got to reach out and make those final resolutions to go to Puppet Wars, get those details in. And then, we still got many other shows that are coming at us left, right, and sideways. Keep up to date with us on the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast every Thursday, where we give more details and information about all those great shows, all those great venues, all those great places. We're just here to tell you that coming up 1 week from tonight, 1 week from tonight at this very time, it'll be getting to the final hours of SPW Loyalty. We will be wrapping up as it all goes down. So,
yes.
Yeah. And then, ladies and gentlemen, after you come to SPW on the 19th and see Loyalty and get your heart pumping and get that love for professional wrestling, come out to Sacramento to the Ugly Dojo Matinee Mayhem show. Definitely want to do that, because that's going to be on the 25th of January. On the 25th of January, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. That is going to be a great day to really get pumped up and love wrestling at a whole different level. And give me 1 second. There we go. Matinee Mayhem in Sacramento, 2122 X Street in Sacramento, California. Doors open at 11:30, bells at 12 p.m. The show should be over by 2 p.m. So then you can go on and do what you want to do with the rest of the day. Matinee Mayhem, Ugly Dojo is going to be a great show. It's going to be a lot of fun. You need to be there, and that's the 25th of January. Do you know what goes down on the 27th of January, Mr. Z? What is going down January 27th? There you go. So you can come out and watch
Open House.
The Ugly Dojo show. You can come out and watch SPW Loyalty and get your blood flowing. And then when you want to say, you know what, I can do that, I want to do that, then you can come out to this training, this open house, and take part of it, get in the ring your very first night. It should be some fun stuff when you can come out and learn to be a wrestler. You're going to get in the ring that first night. Make sure you wear comfortable exercising gear, sweatpants, something loose, something comfortable. Bring plenty of water because this could be a fun time. Busy.
Oh, yeah.
We are busy.
That's definitely what's up. Busy.
2025 starting off busy. We've had a couple weeks of rest, and now it's time to shoot off because we are going to be busy, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you. If we're looking at SPW Loyalty on the 19th, Ugly Dojo Matinee Mayhem on the 25th, then SPW Open House on the 27th, then February 7th, Hood Slam, February 15th, Stockton Con, February 16th, be the next SPW show, which will have more details after this SPW show. March 1st, we still got to check, but we should be going to Puppet Wars. March 22nd should be Realm Warriors Championship Wrestling. That may be a double dose day because from what I understand, if I'm correct, Ugly Dojo shows are every other month. And I forget which exact days are going to be, if they're going to be the last Saturday of the month or that. Might be an Ugly Dojo show on March 25th. And we're also waiting to see when the next Ugly Dojo show is going to be. That's not a Matinee Mayhem. That may be thrown in there. Collectible Stampede, a lot of chatter there. When are they going to have their next big event and big show? Lots of talk. SPW scheduled for 20 plus shows this year. Still waiting for details on that. So we're going to be all over the place. Who knows? We know that we got to go to West Sacramento to the brewery for a Ugly Dojo show coming up soon. We're going to be doing that one. There's some other places that we're going to be going at. We're going to be checking all out. Rumors circulating. Who knows who we're going to show up and work with next. I know there's a chance of Fresno sometime this year with Lucha Extreme. And there's a very good chance that we're going to work very, very hard, hopefully this summer, while the weather's nice, going up the mountain, up over the mountains, into Nevada, hit up Reno, get into Wild West Championship Wrestling with our boy Chupi. Yes. So, I mean, this is going to be the year of busy, busy times, busy, busy schedules. Who knows? Get excited.
And in between all that, like we said, with the anniversary show coming, and then you have the week before that is WrestleMania weekend, and so folks will be rolling out there. I gotta really pick apart if what independent show am I gonna check out while I'm.
Well, we see what you're proudly supporting. Is that a Battle in the Valley shirt from last year when it was actually a good show?
No, this is from 2 years ago. The last year one I wore last night with kids. We were excited. By that time, the shirt was off, thrown across the living room, that whole bit.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, a lot going on.
Yes.
Lots going on. The Eagles celebrating, giving a pedigree in the end zone. All right.
Yeah, we've been keeping up with that today. Doing that yesterday too. It's like it's not the same. My team's not in it. I'm just like, all right. I just want to see the Chiefs lose. That's it.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to get very interesting. Lots of stuff going around. We're just going to have to wait and see how it all comes together. Of course, tomorrow is Monday. We have Netflix Raw. The second episode, will it leave up to the same hype or will it fall short? We're just going to have to wait and see, what happens, how it all comes together in the near future here. AEW still hurting themselves. Will it get better? Will it get worse? We need AEW to get better, that's for sure. But WWE is having an issue not setting that bar very high at times. But
well, there are weeks they do phone it in, and I mean, you can tell they kind of just phoned it in. But when they're on point, they got everyone talking. Unfortunately, this time they had us talking not so well about SmackDown.
This is a big announcement, I guess, coming out of the Lucha Libre world. POD Dr. Wagner Jr. is a free agent.
Wow.
POD Dr. Wagner Jr.
If I'm not mistaken, both JR Kratos has went toe to toe with this man, and if I'm correct, I think Pentagon has taken this man's mask at one point, so that's going to be good.
Tomorrow night, big possibility that Pentagon is making his debut on a WWE Raw, so that should be a hot spot. Finally making his debut in WWE. Can't wait to see him joined by his brother. But this news coming out of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Evil has declared he isn't returning to Japan. Where is Evil going?
Who knows? Because I know Evil hasn't talked about AEW as of late. I don't think any of them are. That could be why he doesn't want to go back. Please. The King of Darkness, please. Triple H, I know you know this man. I know you see him.
Evil looking to no longer be a part of Japan Wrestling. That could be a huge deal depending on what happens and where he lands.
Yeah.
How that all goes going forward.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Check some real quick.
But yeah, so it's going to be hot. January's heating up, and we're going to get into these things, and we're going to be moving forward. It's going to be a lot of fun stuff coming out. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We are still following all the WWE ID stuff. Who knows what's going to come out of that next? We know that Jordan Oasis is going to be at Loyalty. Can't wait to see that go down. Sabu returns to GCW on January 19th. Also, GCW, the People versus GCW, taking place at the Hammerstein Ballroom on Sunday, January 19th. GCW going to go do their show. So that could be something special. Evil really just walked out of New Japan after Battle in the Valley, so maybe he's really not going back to Japan.
But here we go. Yeah, so here we go of contracts that are going to come up. His name's not on the list, but Drilla Maloney, David Finley, and Gabe Kidd, their contracts are up this month.
Yes, lots of big names out there. If you're looking for some great wrestling action, look for January 17th. Also, House of Glory Wrestling presents Watch the Throne, the Crown Jewel Championship match, Zilla Fatu versus Matt Cardona.
Ooh. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
No, it should be something interesting. We just don't know how it's all going to come together.
Yeah.
Should be a great match. Bottom line, that's the big thing.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Anyways, it's starting to flare up.
It's weird. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at all these contracts from AEW, and a lot of these people are just sitting at home. I mean, you know, from what I'm looking at. Scorpio Sky, where's he been? Who else? Angelo Parker, we know he's busy raising a kid. Matt Menard, where's he? You know, Miro, we haven't heard anything since then.
Well, Miro's no longer a part of AEW. I don't know. He may still be under some type of 90-day no-compete clause. I think there's something that's headed there. Oh my gosh, we're really trying to hype Wednesday. This Wednesday, the 15th, it's with 7 straight wins in AEW, the Red Hot, the Machine, Brian Cage, will battle out. They'll go to battle with the best bout machine, Kenny Omega. Yes, who is ready for that? Kenny Omega versus Brian Cage. Yes, that's going to put butts in the seat for AEW.
Who?
That's what they're.
I got nothing. I've got nothing against Brian Cage, but he has not been presented as a serious threat at all.
It's going to be a wait and see on all that Wednesday. Brian Cage.
Who's next? Wardlow?
Who? Even still with the company?
Exactly.
And don't forget Jeff Jarrett's making his title run. He's got a 1-year deal. Very interesting how they sold Jeff Jarrett to have a 1-year contract. After John Cena talks about his 1-year tour, now Jeff Jarrett's got 1 year to try and win the AEW World Championship, and I'm just like, huh?
You know they're giving it to him though. That's the funny part. You know they're gonna give it to him.
I don't know what to say about any of it. It's
man.
just it's too much craziness, too much. Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, I don't get it. I mean, if anything, Jeff Jarrett should be putting folks over on the way out, elevating these younger guys. No, we're gonna go for a world title.
Drew McIntyre's come out and blamed Travis Scott for his loss on Netflix Raw edition. He got a contact high because of Travis Scott, and it slowed him down and made him fumble and lose to Jey Uso.
That's great. That is so great. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, Drew's awesome. That man could really sell some stuff right now. That's great.
So he lost because he got a contact high.
Well, at least he enjoyed himself.
Don't forget on Maximum Carnage, not only do you get to see Brian Cage against the machine Brian Cage against the best bout machine Kenny Omega, you can also see AEW World Champion Jon Moxley defend his title at AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage against Powerhouse Hobbs, because we dug him up and decided to give him a title shot for no real apparent reason. He wins a gauntlet style match. He's now the #1 contender, and we're going to rush it to the very next week just so he can be fed to Jon Moxley.
Yes.
And then to be sent back to catering afterwards, where he will not be thought about until he is needed again.
He's going to be back there with Captain Insano. Him and Captain Insano.
Does anybody know where Paul White is? Is he even still under contract?
I don't know. Did anyone find that car that he was thrown on? I mean, is he still laying there?
No, remember he came back. He was out there with the Costco boys, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they forget what happened. Almost as bad as Shaquille O'Neal. What happened to him? Where's he? Did anyone know what happened to him after that table spot?
Anyways, and then on Sunday you can get excited about Hangman Page versus Christopher Daniels in the Texas Death Match. Why am I hearing crickets? You should be excited for that, ladies and gentlemen. Get excited.
The crowd is going nuts right now. You can't hear it. It's out there.
Is everybody excited for WWE 2K25? Announcements should be made the 27th, 28th. Big reveals, big stuff coming for WWE 2K25 this year. Everybody should get excited for that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you've played this year's, right? Already.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've been going through that one. So I mean, why not be excited? I'm excited to see what is going to be brought to Fortnite, because that's all my kids talked about after Raw was what's next. Who's coming to Fortnite next? Because we have John Cena, we have Bianca, we have Becky Lynch. They're just curious to see who's going to be the next skin on Fortnite.
Yes. It'll be very interesting to see how it all comes together with all that, Fortnite and WWE 2K25. So it should be a fun time. What is this? Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, here's my thing. Go ahead.
Well, go ahead, spit it out, because I'm about to change the subject.
All right. You've they did so well on this year's 2K. Can they top it this year? Last year's was beautiful. Can they top it this?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, are you looking for some wrestling action on the 14th of January? Merced, California. Fundraiser for the Merced Bears Wrestling Club at Merced High School. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7 p.m. It's going to be Merced High School at on West Olive Avenue in Merced, California. The Fighting Spirit Pro Championship, yes, Fighting Spirit Pro Power Slam taking place. The Fighting Spirit Pro Championship is going to be on the line when Alpha Zo defends that title against WWE ID. Our boy Jack Cartwheel Summit, the Cartwheel Kid. Yes, that's going down Tuesday in Merced.
Damn. Oh my goodness. That is going to be a hell of a match right there.
So if you're in Merced or the area on Tuesday night, get out to the high school. That'll be some great action.
Yeah, please, folks, go and enjoy that. That is going to.
And it's a fundraiser to help the high school's wrestling team. So I'm sure it's a good cause to go out there and do that.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Wow. That's awesome.
This comes after Alpha Zo had to beat Allen Angels at their last Hybrid Havoc show. So, yeah.
Oh, there's another one. There's another name we haven't heard from. Well, at least he's doing some business.
Yep.
No, well, I mean, you can't get. I mean, you can't knock it. Yeah, well, like I said, we can't knock it. I mean, if they're not really seen on TV, you can actually go to your local show and might catch these guys, which is great.
Yes.
Enjoy it, folks. Enjoy it. Take pictures, shake a hand, get an autograph, because you never know when you might not see them again.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a great show. Power Slam, Tuesday, January 14th. Merced High School. The Rico Brothers versus the Golden Eras is going to take place at that show. Brooke Havoc is going to take on the mighty, the Tower of Power, Amira and Mighty Myra, all dancing in a triple threat match for the Radiance Championship match. There's another reason to go. So, I mean, it's a loaded card.
Yeah. That is going to be awesome.
So check that out if you're in the Merced area on Tuesday, January 14th. So it's this Tuesday.
Yes. Wow.
So go check it out. And of course, the big question we got to pay attention to right now is Titus Alexander's was in town. How much longer is he going to be stateside?
I see that look. See that look on your face. Don't start with me. This has been a good weekend.
We need
to do that again.
We need to get a clipboard that says the list on it for you.
Oh no! Are we gonna get it designed like Jericho's list on the back of it, and all it says "Choppy Hall of Fame"?
Yes, there you go. There you go. Get ready. All righty. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the weekly Roundup podcast where we talk about everything wrestling going on related this week. Talked about a lot of stuff here. Getting ready for next Sunday. We will not be here next Sunday because it's SPW Loyalty. You need to be in Elk Grove next Sunday, January 19th for SPW Loyalty. They're going to kick off 2025 in a big way. If you're not in attendance, you're missing out. And I don't know what to tell you. Tomorrow there will be no show. We'll be here Tuesday evening with your Monday Night Raw post-show review. Wednesdays, you will get your New Japan, your Rebound podcast, which covers all of Japanese wrestling. Yes, a new statement. We got to get used to that. Tuesday or Thursday, we'll be back.
Yes.
With your IWCP, the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast. Friday, we'll be here. Hopefully, SmackDown's good to give you a recap of SmackDown. Saturday will be a quiet day, but get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday will be a blast. SPW in the house. Gonna be good. SPW.
No. Saturday will be a quiet day for you. I am going to celebrate my niece's sweet 16 on Saturday, so I'm going to be slim to no sleep on Sunday, but I'll be ready.
Yeah, you better be ready for Sunday morning. It's gonna be a bright and early party. We're gonna get rolling. It'll be a good time. Maybe you can get your peach balls or your dragon balls or whatever balls you get when we go to Dutch. But hey, you know, or maybe you want some of that cereal drink. I don't know. They got that new cereal drink stuff that I don't understand either.
No, I tried that. I didn't like it. No. There's some things Dutch shouldn't do.
Anyways, that'll be next Sunday. But Tuesday, Monday Night Raw review. Wednesday is the Rebound, the Japanese Rebound podcast, Japanese wrestling, where Mr. Z is going to take you all over the tour of Japan and Japan wrestling, break it all down for you from top to bottom. Thursdays is the IWCP, the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast. If you're an independent wrestler, have a show coming up or anything you want to talk about, it, reach out to us. Linktree in the description. All the ways you can reach out to us and talk about what's coming up. Friday, SmackDown post-show review. Saturday will be a quiet day for me. Mr. Z better be on good, you know, not partying too hardy. And then Sunday it'll be SPW.
No, I gotta drive home.
SPW Loyalty, which we'll be at and ready to go. And then we start the whole week over. And then we get to next Saturday, which we have Ugly Dojo's Matinee Mayhem Show, which will be at. Lots of stuff coming up. And the busy season is beginning, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be busy. It's weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend. Because we've got this coming up weekend on Sunday. The next weekend on the 25th. The following weekend, which should be around the 1st, will be Royal Rumble. Then the very next Friday will be Hood Slam on the 7th. After that will be Stockton Con on Saturday. SPW's next big event on the 16th. And then we're just around the corner from some other big events that are going to take place. March, getting ready to get booked up. It's going to be a busy time.
Boom. Boom. Who would have thought we would be this busy, folks?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to hit that like button. You might want to subscribe and join the Value Wrestling family and do what needs to be done. So let's get ready. Mr. Z, tell them good night.
Good night, folks.